And after Ornstein and Smo, the next boss to be on the chopping block is Great Wolf Sif, which be fighting him shortly. Just have to go pick up the Hornet Ring, which honestly was not that useful, and step into the zone to trigger the fight. So yeah, this one's Great Wolf Sif is not so bad. 61 damage is not super great, although 61 on a crit on a counter hit. Looks like getting a little less than that. All right, yeah. One thing is I've mentioned before, and I've showed off just now. You can't really see me. Like, I don't have the controller inputs on screen, so you can't see it. But I wanted to show off that if you block the first hit, stop holding the block button, and then hold the block button again before the second hit happens, you'll block both and you won't get crunched. Like, my shield is not all that upgraded, so it's not just... You saw how much of my stamina went away, so it's not just a stability stamina thing. I think it is actually something about the attack that requires you to let go of the block button somewhere in the between the two slashes. There's the 4 damage. When you're underneath Sif, you're almost completely safe. His attacks are basically all in front of him. He has a lot of moves that let him backflip away, which is why I don't like Sif. And a lot of moves that help him close the gap. It's like, I don't like Sif, but I recognize that the design is, like, decent. Because you have, like, that attack. Oh, here we go. Me taking advantage of the fact that, as a dog, he has no understanding of inclines. Well, this is basically what we want him to do. We want him to do the spin attack so that I can just hit him a bunch. The hitbox of his head actually extends out farther than you think it would. So even with this crummy weapon, in terms of range, you can still pop him on the nose. Even though the camera doesn't specifically look like you can. Like right there. His hitbox extends out pretty far. Whereas the hitbox... There's one thing I've always wanted to try. It's like to get him in one of those corners and see if I can get Sif to backflip out of the boss arena. Because there can't be collision out there. He'd probably fall for several minutes and then die. There's the nose bob I was talking about. There's a very inconsistent way of getting the centipede demon to clipping out of bounds and fall several minutes before dying. So maybe you could do it to Sif too, but the amount of patience and finagling that would require is not something I particularly relish the idea of. So we can spot some of the damage Sif does even when he does hit me. I'm not super avoiding him just because of how much poise and defense I'm rocking with the 93 humanity. I did respect Sif enough to kindle the bonfire I was using enough to get 20 Estus, even though I don't even think I use... Like, do we even use 1 Estus? I might use a couple, I don't recall at this particular moment. We'll find out by the end. Giving him some resin, though. So this fight could have lasted a whole of a lot longer if Sif had just decided to keep backflipping. But now he gets sad mode dog, where the dog tries to get you to believe that it deserves your pity and that the dog is good, when the dog is not good. Still dangerous, though. That attack could get you if you don't respect it. Anyways, that's Sif. I don't like Sif. Sif's dead. Chopped him up. And here's that beautiful, beautiful bird boy. Show me that bird boy. Bird boy.